That's what this FASTI program is all about. An organized approach to scheduled maintenance. British Leyland Motors presents Scheduled Maintenance. This program will help you organize scheduled maintenance servicing by grouping the procedures so that each area of the car is thoroughly serviced before moving on to the next. This will prevent wasting time going back to an area to catch something you've missed. It'll assure you that a complete and accurate service is performed so that the customer gets what he pays for and the car is kept in top shape. With his car in top shape, running smoothly, you can be sure the customer will return to your dealership for his service work. Now, we have combined Schedule D and E and will cover all the necessary procedures to complete the two schedules. All the procedures for Schedules A, B, and C are contained in the combined Schedule D and E. So, when you're viewing the program, remember that each procedure should only be completed where called for on the schedule you're performing. As you know, each schedule is keyed to a specific mileage interval. We'll be featuring the TR7, but the procedures apply to all BLM models where applicable. Okay, let's get started with the maintenance procedures. First, we'll check the operation of the interior controls and equipment. While you're putting the car on the lift, check the following: the operation of the seat belt warning system, the function of all interior lights, panel lights, exterior lights, horns, turn signals, and warning indicators. Also the operation of the windshield wipers and washers. Note the condition of the wiper blades. Later, when you're servicing the exterior, replace the blades if necessary. Check the foot brakes and the handbrake. Note if adjustment is necessary. Check the heating and cooling system controls and performance, the operation of all the window controls, and the condition of the inside rear view mirror. While you're getting out of the car, check the condition, security, and operation of the seats and the seat belts. To complete the interior, lubricate the brake, clutch, and accelerator pedal pivots, as well as the seat track. With the interior items finished, you should service under the car next. Drain the engine oil and change the filter. Check the gearbox and rear axle oil levels. Add oil if necessary. Lubricate all grease points. Check the condition of the steering unit joints and gaiters. Check the rack and pinion for leaks. And if applicable, lubricate the rack and pinion. Lubricate the handbrake linkage and cable. Adjust if necessary. And if applicable, the automatic transmission linkage and cable. Some models require lubrication of the rear hubs. Check the security of all suspension components. And while checking the suspension, inspect the shock absorbers for leaks. Check the security and condition of all the hoses and lines in the fuel, hydraulic, and evaporative systems. Check for oil, fluid, or gasoline leaks at the following places: fuel system and hydraulic lines and hoses, engine, transmission, and rear axle, and the clutch hydraulic line. Next, check the exhaust system for leaks and security. At 25,000 or 50,000 miles, as specified, replace the catalytic converter. Then, reset the service indicator if applicable. Inspect the brakes for pad wear and disc condition. If applicable, check rear shoe wear. If necessary, adjust the rear drum brakes and the handbrake cable. At 19,000 miles, renew the brake system hydraulic fluid. And at 37,500 miles, replace all hydraulic seals, hoses, and fluid in the braking system. Now check the tightness of the drive shaft universal joint bolts. Adjust the end play of the front wheel hub bearings. Check the tire tread depth and inspect for cuts, ply exposure, lumps, or bulges. and adjust the tire pressure, including the spare. Well, this completes the undercar items. So now you can let the car down and start on the exterior items. Before doing anything else, fill the engine with the specified oil. Lubricate and check all locks and hinges, including door, hood, and trunk. Do not lubricate the steering lock. Inspect all glazing for cracks and nicks. Inspect the external rear view mirror for cracks or crazing. And if applicable, inspect the convertible top rear window for fogging or crazing. Check the condition of the fuel filler cap seal. Torque all the road wheels. Test the shock absorber condition. Then check and adjust the wheel alignment. Oh, remember the rear wheels were applicable. Check, and if necessary, adjust the headlight alignment. Okay, that completes the exterior. Next is the engine compartment. Check the following hoses and lines for security, condition, and leakage. Cooling and heating, vacuum system, crankcase breathing system, evaporative system, fuel system, and hydraulic system. Pressure check the cooling system. Then check the levels of the clutch and brake reservoirs, battery, cooling system, windshield washer, automatic transmission, and power steering. Check the coolant freeze protection level. If out of specification, add antifreeze solution. Lubricate the accelerator control linkage and check its operation. Fill the carburetor piston dampers to the correct level. Clean and grease the battery connections. And check all drive belts. Adjust or replace as necessary. Check the operation of the air injection system and the crankcase ventilation system. If necessary, clean or replace components. Replace the air cleaner element. If applicable, clean the throttle housing. Check the air cleaner temperature control system. Repair if necessary. Replace the fuel filter as specified. If applicable, replace the air pump filter and the brake servo filter. Where applicable, torque the cylinder head bolts to specification. Also, adjust the valve rocker clearances if applicable. At 25,000 or 50,000 miles as specified, clean the EGR valve, pipes, and ports. Then reset the service indicator as necessary. At 50,000 miles, replace the charcoal canister. Well, that takes care of the underhood items, except for the oscilloscope check, a very important item. So, now it's time to connect the ignition scope and exhaust analyzer. All the items in this section are emission related. Before starting the engine, lubricate the distributor and replace the spark plugs. Now, using the scope and meters, check the ignition coil performance, the distributor performance and condition, and the operation of the distributor vacuum unit. Also, check the condition of the high voltage wiring and connectors. Then check and adjust the ignition timing, the carburetor balance, the idle speed and fast idle speed, the CO level at idle, and the deceleration bypass valve. Finally, check the charging system output. Now it's time to take the car out on the road to verify that everything's okay. The road test is the final check before the car is returned to the customer. So you must ensure that the operation of the car is satisfactory. Check the manual gearbox operation or automatic transmission shift points and the engine performance. Listen for rattles, squeaks, or any abnormal noises. Then check all the safety items, including the instruments, interior and exterior lights, windshield washer and wipers, horn, turn signals, suspension, brakes, and steering. If you find any maintenance items that require attention, adjust or repair as necessary. If other problems are noted, report them to your shop foreman or supervisor. Some additional maintenance may be necessary as dictated by your geographic and climatic conditions, as well as your customers' driving habits. Well, that completes the scheduled maintenance, and you can see that having an organized list will prevent the kind of mistakes our friend Bert made. The next time he'll use this FASTI program and the workbook to help him through. And he might get some other help too. Together, they'll keep your service customers returning for their scheduled maintenance and their cars running smooth and trouble-free. Remember, satisfied customers can only mean more sales, parts, and service profit for your dealership. And that means job security for you and an improved standard of living for your family. One other thing, a satisfied customer provides effective free advertising, probably the best form of advertising available.